going on?
He's coming.
Who's coming? Talk to me.
Oh my God! Please. Oh, please.
Get out of my house! Get out of my house! Get out of my house! What's up, dog? Get out of my house! Now! Now! Hey! Get tonight! Get out! Get out! Get out!
I don't know, this little girl came running out of the house and then a guy just came running out.
Boom, hard video to watch. And I'm just gonna cut to the chase. So the reality of this video is simply that the quality of a society is dictated by the quality of its men, right? All the gangsters, all the murderers, all the rapists, all the cops, all the military, all of it's men, right? Yeah, there's a few females mixed in there, but generally it's men. What happened? This little girl's being molested by her stepdad in a back room. She runs out, she scours until she can find another man to defend her, right? And stop this guy. So men, we are the problem, and we are also the solution when it comes to creating a safe society for everyone. Now with masculinity being under attack and you guys being told that it's okay to be in your feelings and be weak and all these other things since you're a kid, coming from broken homes, I totally get and understand how we are where we are. But you gotta look in the mirror, you gotta face yourself, you gotta become respectable, and you need to become the type of human being that first and foremost is powerful and dangerous, and then you need to find a way to make that serve. When you find a way to make your power serve, you become who you were created to be, and it's the best way to live. Now, a message for the ladies when it comes to protection. You know, I was having a conversation with another young lady a few days ago. She was asking about ways to protect herself. Now, understand, I don't care how many times you watch, you know, all the female action movies that come out like Wonder Woman and all this other stuff, you're generally not going to be strong enough to physically defend yourself against a man, right? Now, there aren't a lot of them these days, but so some of these modern dudes and what I call burls, you probably stand a decent chance. But if you ever run into a man, you're going to have a big problem. So what do you do if you're like so much of society, you don't have a dad and you don't have men in your lives? How do you defend yourself? Equalizers, right? So, you know, obviously a gun is the ultimate equalizer. It's the ultimate equalizer. But the reality is not a lot of you are going to get guns, nor are you going to want to train with guns. And it also takes a lot of it takes a lot of awareness to carry a gun responsibly and effectively, because you got to train so that you're good with it. You have to have the level of awareness that goes along with it, AKA, where's my purse at all times? Where's my handgun at all times? Like, you put your gun in a purse and you set it down and the kid gets a hold of it or something crazy happens. Look, you just really got to be adulting to have a gun, right? So another thing that I always recommend for females when it comes to personal protection is a blade. Blades have been protecting women since the beginning of pimpin's been pimpin'. Like back in the geisha days and before that, blades have been great for women. So what do you do with a blade as a female? It's extremely simple, right? It's extremely simple. You got to know where to put it. You got to know how to carry it. You got to understand the principle. And dads, duct tape your daughter's eyelids open and make them watch this. You got to understand where to put it, and you've got to understand how to carry it, and you've got to understand the governing principle of female combat. The governing principle when it comes to females in combat is that surprise. The element of surprise is your number one tool. So when it comes to defending yourself, you must use the element of surprise. Men are not going to see you as a combatant or as a threat, because you're really not. You're really just not. So to a man, you're generally not a threat. I don't care, mama bear, whatever you want to call it. You're just really not dangerous to us, generally, right? There are some outliers, but it's very few and far between. So a man's gonna wanna grab you and pull you close. Dude's dealing with me, he's not gonna wanna pull me close. If I get close to you, I generally own you, right? So a man's gonna wanna grab you and pull you close, and that is when you're gonna wanna strike, right? There's a box right here in someone's chest. You know, you've got some pretty good stuff in here. And just to keep it simple, I don't want to use any technical terms, but there's a massive bloodway right here that comes out from the heart and goes up. Now, if you were to put a blade in here, anywhere in this area right here, this is where you want to aim, right? you're gonna go on ahead and like hit a highly pressurized highway of blood in that human being's body that's literally gonna burst like a water balloon. If you take a pin and you hit a water balloon, bing, it explodes because it's highly pressurized, because it's pumping blood out to the entire body, right? So all you need is about like 1.5 to 2 inches of something that you can slide in there, bop, one shot, boom, hit them twice, bop, bop, right? You hit somebody once in the chest, you hit them again. That's called giving them a little bit of an accelerant. You want to speed up their heart rate. But anyways, the bottom line is if you slide a blade in here, you're gonna get a kill within minutes, right? The person's dead, they don't even realize that you could stab them in the chest in the middle of an operating table, as Ed Calderon would say, and they are already dead. Second great place is, boom, the groin. That triangle right down there holds a lot of blood. Why am I telling you this? Because I don't want you to have to go like take Kung Fu lessons from some Shaolin monk for 18 years to understand how to use a blade, when in all actuality, you get to prison, you're gonna get a pretty quick down and dirty class like this on it. And within 72 hours, you can be ready to fight. You've got to understand first and foremost that human beings are predators, right? And it has a lot to do with our biology and different attributes that we have, right? The way that our eyes are on the front of our face, we are predators, and men are hunters, right? Why do you think that like 80% of women that get sexually assaulted are assaulted by men that they think they know or that they are familiar with?
You've been planning this all day?
I've been planning it all week, son.
Think of a million conversations I've had with all of my sisters, girlfriends, and moms over the years where they're like, he's a nice guy. It's like, yeah, maybe. But remember, I talk about context a lot when I do these tactical protection reviews. Context. Are you going to be alone with this guy? How well do you really know this guy? I'm here to tell you, you don't really know that guy that well, trust me. And I'm here to tell you that anytime you're gonna be alone with a guy, you really need to think like 3 or 4 and 5 times about it, because you are putting yourself in a position where he can take physical control of your body because you are just simply not as physically potent. So check it out. A man comes up to you, pulls you in close, right? What do? Maybe you conceal a blade underneath your shirt. This isn't like a piece of jewelry blade. This is like a blade, small blade that you have underneath your shirt, or that you have right here in your belt line that you can get to. This is my Remnant Alliance blade. Don't mind me. Really cool blades. Boys out there, if you're looking for something that's fun, something that's cool, Remnant Alliance, I carry them everywhere I go. Love these guys. This is a comb, if you know what to do with it. Anyway, so the bottom line is, someone grabs you and pulls you close, right? Grabs you from the back, grabs you from the front. If you can get center line, if you can get a blade out this way, if you can get to your belt line, you can pull a blade out this way. Now you can jam it in the groin, whop, and drop your weight, right? You just ripped out everything from that guy's groin down, which is arguably, I think, the second biggest blood area inside the human body. They're gonna have some massive problems and they're not gonna fight you anymore. If you're able to get a blade in that chest box, you win, right? You know you've got carotid arteries here as well. So what I would tell you to do, and what I would tell my daughter to do, is study human anatomy, understand where the timers and switches are. I just gave you 2 amazing timers, and understand how to use blades, ladies. It's one very effective way to protect yourselves. And also, if you want to learn a lot more of this stuff, we've got over 70 hours of personal protection and self-defense content at protectornation.com. Never forget, personal protection is about the person, self-defense is about the self. We're going to give you tools so that you can learn how to protect yourself. More to come. ByronRodgers, protected by nature and by trade. I'm here to make the world a safer place by helping good people to become more dangerous. Boom.
Boom! It's finally here. Go to protectornation.com to join the Protector Nation community. Learn online and become part of our Protector Nation family. I look forward to seeing you guys there, and for us all to join forces to make the world a safer place by helping good people to become more dangerous. I'll see you there, and until then, be peaceful but not harmless.